Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Step Into the Portal. Happy Monday afternoon. This is the Monday before I go back to school, so I wanted to do a little playing of Marvel Champions. Hello, everybody. My name is the Brandt. Thanks for watching Step Into the Portal. You'll see a lot of Marvel Champions here. In fact, I'm certain a lot of you show up to see Marvel Champions, and when I'm playing other things, go, all right, let's see what he's got here. But I do like to play a variety of games, but when I get a chance to play Marvel Champions, I'm not a huge solo player. I do enjoy this game solo for sure, but I really, really like this game with more people as well. So I've got a ridiculous number of plays of this game. I don't know how I play all the games I play, and I believe I have 3,500 plays of Marvel Champions. Now, some of those games are like a minute or two, so you gotta remember that they're not all, full-length plays or whatever. I certainly don't have the time for that. Point being, not to say this is how many I have and how many other people have, whatever. It wouldn't matter, right? 500 plays of the game, whatever it is. Two things have eluded me in the game. I haven't really been able to figure out this idea of a tempo deck, and I'm sure people who play Magic probably have a better idea and handle on that, as well as Valkyrie. I haven't been able to figure out a Valkyrie deck. So I put the two together and decided I was going to see how this goes. Now, I've watched a few people one-stop co-op shop, and a few other people have been playing Sinister Six with Valkyrie, and it seems like she is perfect for that scenario. So I am playing something that should match up well. I'm not playing something that plays against. I really want to have a lot of fun with Valkyrie. I don't necessarily find her completely unfun, because the game itself is fun no matter what you throw in. But I do find her confusing or frustrating or limited at times. So I thought it would be good to play a scenario where I was like, okay, this is really fun. So I know what rush decks are. You can go on the channel. You could see me rush through the campaigns. That's really fun. I've done some others, like I think Venom versus the Hood, trying to work my way up from standard all the way through heroic or something against the Hood. I can't remember what I did. Maybe it was regular expert. And I've done a lot of rush decks. Build and control is definitely my favorite style with the game. I think most people probably play build and control. I play a very extreme build and control, I think. I am happy to win even a solo game in 15, 16, 17 turns if I can just have a giant board state. So I guess the way I would look at it is a rush deck is probably going to win in 3 or 4 turns, is what I would call rush. You could definitely push to 5. And I would imagine then a tempo deck is trying to win in 5, 6, or 7 turns would be the idea. And from what I can understand, a tempo deck is a low cost curve. So that definitely makes sense to me, the idea that I can trigger a whole bunch of different things cheaply. I'm not great at it because there's some cards that I still feel like at a 3 cost I really, really like, and especially in this scenario. So we'll see how well I do with this style. And then the other idea with a tempo deck is that you are dealing with everything, but not necessarily once you can set up to go for the kill. So you're trying to slowly put damage on the villain, and then get to that kill quicker rather than building up a giant board state. So you're still willing to build, you're still willing to deal with threat, you're still willing to deal with minions and side schemes. So that's where it gets a little muddy for me, because I think the two ends I understand. Control, which is where I love to flip to alter ego, get rid of all the threat, confuse, and get everything going. But I think there's others where it's a little bit different. Hello, Brombe. Yes, I am going to play a Valkyrie deck. That is going to be my plan here. Getting ready playing through other ideas until we get X-Men about here. So that's the idea. All right, so what did I do for this? So I put in some, I don't even know what I just set up here. So I put in my double resource cards. I put in some cheap, that seems to be the idea, some cheap allies. So Stealth Strike is one of those 3-point cards I couldn't ignore, because these villains can die to 4 damage pretty easily, and then I can trigger this to remove 2 threat. So I really like this card, plus it could ready her if I had the Death Glow on them. So Quinn carried me that 1 build card, but it seems to me that it makes sense, but I could definitely live without it, right? I could play around it. So I rarely play solo, so I just don't play Turn the Tide very often, even though I know people really like this card, and I can see some cool uses, so I'm going to play that because it definitely makes sense to me. One way or another, just a single copy, because there's definitely some in here that I could go get, and then I could remove them. I have for Justice, which was kind of questionable, am I doing that? Clear the Area is the other, to me, really solo card. I definitely think you could play it in 2 players and be fine. At 3 and 4 players, I don't think Clear the Area really makes sense at all. Sure, could you use it? Absolutely, but does it really matter that you're going to draw 1 card and possibly remove only 2 threat? But it is cheap, so I see why people do it and they'll replace. I still have my double resources because we're still doing that. And then I've got Overwatches because they essentially at a minimum are 0 for 2. I'm not going to thwart with her, but they're at least a 0 for 2, so it makes sense. I still have more Stealth Strikes in here, another for Justice, and then I have Jessica Jones because she always thwarts for 2, so a 3 to remove 6 threat seems really good. And if I play one way or another, then all of a sudden she removes 3. Wiccan, again, not somebody I play very often, but he's a 2 cost that can threat and do damage, and damage is exactly what we want to do. So it could work well. And then a Sense of Justice so that these for Justices and Clear the Areas can be played. It is a 40-card deck, because I feel like that's probably still an important thing in a tempo deck, unlike a build deck where I might say, no problem, let's go to 43, 44, even 45 cards. I think once you get past 45 cards, you really have to have a plan or a goal, or it's got to be more of a challenge than anything else. So Overwatch does not count for the triggers when I kill them because that has to be a thwart. So let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's a 26 card deck. So do I get rid of this Queen Carrier? Let's get rid of the Queen Carrier. So let's imagine we don't have that anymore, although I still feel like that is going to be important to have some kind of build. But hey, we got Sense of Justice, so we're going to use that instead. It's only off of thwarts. Yes, that is correct. Does everything look good and sound good, Brombe? I'm going to switch back. I changed to my camera that zooms because everything was looking so well now that I was in HD. And then going back to the zoom camera, it looks bad again. So I have the other camera behind me here. And at some point I will switch back to the other camera, which unfortunately doesn't focus or zoom, but it looks a lot better and clearer. So I'm going to switch these out somewhere here. It actually doesn't take that long. It's just remembering. So, all right. So we'll shuffle up. We put the Death Glow aside. I know there's all the chaos with when did the Death Glow aside. I'm just putting it aside. We're putting Threat out. We've got 20 on the light at the end. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Away we go. We'll deal out some villains here. We're playing on Expert, so we've got all that shuffled in. Scorpion and Hobgoblin and 3 and 5 activation order. And I will do this when I'm playing in solo. So I will remove their damage. I think it makes it a little bit easier. And shuffle this up. Yeah, no, I'm not going for read the cards. That seems tricky in a card game. I feel like you really need a high-end... Anyway, I'm sure there's people who probably have it, but I have never been successful to get there. Unfortunately, what I want to do is when I zoom in, I want you to be able to read the cards. So that's the part I've got to get to. Also, my light is a little bit off. I had to turn it when I played Twilight Inscription the other day because it was very shiny. So, all right, here we go. There's my spear. I don't need defense. These could be okay. Jessica Jones is pretty good coming out in the beginning, especially Overwatch. I could use her in combination. I'm not huge on getting these hit points, so I think I'll wait on that. Chooser of the Slain is tough. I could get that minion out, but then I can't really get rid of him, so I don't think the card draw is that worth it. Unfortunately, there's only a certain minion. So the Dragon Fang is good, and this Clear the Area is good. So let's go from there. All right, now I can get any card from my discard pile back. Well, I don't really care, but in case Chooser of the Slain makes sense because I need another resource, maybe I'll do that. So if we flip to here, we could get Dragon Fang on and attack for 4. That's not a ton. We could play Overwatch. I'd like to play all of these. So funny enough, this gets us somewhere, although... if I put Overwatch on here, it's going to remove threat from there, which I don't really care about. This will pay for this, which will give us a card, and then we can play one of these two, right? All right. So we will clear the area. We're not going to trigger the Overwatch, because I'd rather take it off of a different side scheme for the time being. Although that does work our tempo of the game, which is one of the things we're trying to do, right? So maybe that's me playing tempo, like, hey, take advantage while you can. That will draw us a card with Clear the Area. We get Wiccan, so I guess we will go for that strategy. We'll put Wiccan out, put the Dragon Fang out. Or do I wait on that? I think I wait, because if I I don't put Wiccan out... Now we'll just go this way. All right. So Wiccan will remove 1 threat here and deal 2 damage. So 2 damage is pretty good right here. We'll try to finish off Hobgoblin. We could flip down if we get Scorpion. And then I will attack and deal 2 damage to bring him down to 5. Then I could almost kill him with a single swing plus Wiccan next turn. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got Valhalla and Ironheart. These seem like good cards. But again, we could play this Stealth Strike, remove him, ready. Like there's a lot, there's a lot going on there that we could do. So we'll have to see what makes sense. But yeah, those are all exciting cards to see for sure. All right, we add a threat. Hobgoblin's going to attack me. I've got 12 health, so I'm just going to take it. So it's going to be 1, 2, and then he deals 2 indirect damage. And I'll take it and go to 8. And then we're going to draw a Master Plan. The reason I say that is I'm not worried about this card. It's just that I wanted to go get this with one way or another when I see it. But hey, it's not too bad of a hit, so that works pretty well. All right, if we do kill here, then we get that. So I think we're going to play Ironheart to get her out. Then I can't really use Overwatch in any significant combo here. Could Stealth Strike, but I think the idea is to use this to attach here. Play Valhalla. Have Wiccan thwart for 1. Bring this down. Actually, at that point, 1 would just be here. And deal 1 damage, which is exactly what we need. Oh, you're right. This counts as a side scheme, doesn't it? Okay, so this shouldn't be out. We'll just shuffle that back in, and this would have 4 on it. Duh. I totally know that. I should totally know that. So we're just going to shuffle this back in. Right. I was staring right at it. Thank you, Brumby. Obviously, this is a side scheme. I'm thinking as part of the scenario, so it's not there. All right. So now we can attack with Valkyrie. She does 1, 2, 3, 4 to this. Kills it. That removes 4 threat. From a side scheme. Key to remember. The Death Glow comes here. We trigger readying. We trigger healing. We trigger drawing a card. And we did not clear that. So now we can attach the Death Glow to Scorpion. Hit him for 4. And Ironheart can hit him for 1. And we will flip down since he schemes for 0. We don't want to get hit. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, lots of cheapies. So now we get that one way or another, thanks to Brombe. This is going to be able to remove here, hopefully, and then I can turn the tide to hit him. And then I can maybe choose the Slain to draw more. So yeah, these are interesting. I wonder if these... I should have actually counted my cards. I might not have needed these Power of Justice. Although with the allies in there and everything, I'm sure I probably have 7 cards, so makes sense. All right, we add 1. He schemes for 0, plus put this minion into play. So it's 0 on there. That's not too bad. And then we get Shadow of the Past. Oh, goodness gracious. This one is so brutal. Enchantress gives me Seduced. Oh. Here's how you lose the game solo with her, huh? And we shuffle these 2 back in. All right, so I can't make any base attacks or play attacks. I can't discard attachments to friendly characters, so I have to flip up. What a mess. Okay. That is just a ridiculous mess. So I have to flip up to be able to do anything, to flip back down. Nightmare mode. All right. Man, I can't play attacks or make basic attacks. And I got this life-size decoy, so I can't take this. It's just brutal. All right. So do we heal? No, we're going to have to thwart, right? So we flip up. Then we have to get rid of this. So we'll use Ironheart to get rid of that. My goodness gracious. One way or another is going to draw us more cards. We're just going to have to deal with that side scheme anyway. Although, is it no other side schemes? Is it going to totally screw me? Yeah. What do I have for threat removal? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. But I have to kill him. How am I going to kill him? I have to remove threat here to draw a card to deal 3 damage to attack him, but I can't attack him. I can't even play this attack card, right? Oh my goodness. Alright. I have no idea. Wiccan Thwarts for 1 deals 2 damage to this life-size decoy. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I can't get out of that. I don't even know what to do. I'm just at a loss. Okay. So I have to get allies is my only shot. So wow. I might scoop. Each enemy gains a hazard icon. I can't get rid of that. Let's hope I draw something to get rid of that. Hidden in Shadow. 1, 2, 3. If I don't draw something, I scoop. I can't play attack events. If I play Chooser of the Slain, I just have more to kill. So I'm going to scoop. There's no way. That combo of I can't attack to kill him, and I can't remove threat from this to get rid of the attachment. I have to draw allies. That's the only thing I can play. It's just not fun. I'm not going to try to figure out the unfun puzzle. Thank you, whoever gave Valkyrie that for solo play. Ugh. All right. We're still having fun with Valkyrie. Take 2. I think it's a big part of the game. I mean, I definitely figuring out a puzzle is good, but that one was like, all right, if I draw through all of these, then I'm just waiting to draw my allies that could deal 1 to 2 damage. That was the only thing that could deal damage to him, because I can't even play those attack events, so I can't deal with Shadow. Got it. So then Spycraft would have made sense, right? If I could have put that in, had something to Spycraft. Would have helped a whole bunch. All right, well, we had a decent build. We had something going. It wasn't the best of which I had played with her, so no biggie. Still feel like I'm going to need that Quinn Carrier just to get a little bit of a bonus going. So I may have been wrong there. 1, 2, Doc Ock and Hobgoblin. So Doc Ock will attack here in the beginning. 8 hit points and 9 hit points. 2 back on the main. Yeah, it's definitely rough. I think you can remove it. I think other players can remove it or something, right? Like it's just... I never really know what the alter ego action... I don't really know what the rule is on attachments, but I think somebody else can remove this for you, so that's how I always do it in multiplayer. And like I said, I don't play solo as often, so I just don't get stuck on those things, but I definitely find Valkyrie to be tough. All right, we can clear that threat. after your hero, though, right? Goodness gracious, I got everybody I need. Alright, she's going to give me card draw, but I think Ironheart does the same. She's not very good. Wiccan is early damage, and then could help me. So I think I'll get rid of Eros, and I'll hold these ones to see if I can put some damage on. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw a card with Ironheart to see what we get. Chooser of the Slain. There's just nothing good in this one to constitute doing that. So now we'll play one way or another. Honestly, this scheme isn't a big deal until I get other schemes in play. I'm just going to have to deal with it, and it goes to the victory display anyway. The 9 is rough in solo, but at least I'm Justice. So we'll put this Brute Force Barricade out. We will draw 3. Yeah, seeing if I can have fun with Valkyrie. That's exactly it. Okay, so we got to clear the area, so that's going to help to turn the tide. We've got to have at thee, which seems huge. See, this would be my play. But somewhere here I need to draw. So I may have to just hold. Alright, so Shield Maiden for clear the area. Clears these 2. Draws a card. Then I can trigger Turn the Tide to get rid of 3. Hit with Ironheart. Deal 2 damage here. Use one of these to attach the Deathglow. Spend 3 for Stealth Strike. Finish off. Doc Ock. Remove 6 threat. 4 plus 2 for Stealth Strike. Clear that. This goes to the side. And deal 2 more damage. I mean, that feels like a good start. I guess I only have 2 things on the board. So it makes it feel a little different to me. Alright, so this Valkyrie could work. And that's the spear. So it's really just have at thee. I can't play both of these and play this, though. So I've got to pick. Alright. This adds 1 threat. Yeah, I think that's always been our Valkyrie strategy. Somebody else gets rid of it for me. Excuse me. Alright, Hobgoblin's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3, 2 indirect. I guess that was dumb. There's no reason I wouldn't block with Ironheart. She only has 1 health, and I avoid the indirect damage. Sorry about that. Thinking she's going to do something. Oh, I guess she could help me kill this if I had the damage, but I've got the have at these, so no worries. So Ironheart will block that, and then I don't take the damage. I don't have to worry. Let's see what happens here. Oh, life-size decoy. So now I can't clear that one. So now killing him doesn't make sense. So now I need to get rid of this tough. Attach this. Spend 3. Defeat this. Ready. Attack for 2. And stay here, right? So I want to defeat that to get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to clear the area to go here, which lets us draw, play Turn the Tide to finish that off after we attach. Got plans. Okay, when does Ambush go off? Just what it tells me. All right. So now Hobgoblin. It's going to hit me for 2. Plus 2 is 4 to go to 8. And then High Fashion. In Expert Mode, this card gains Insight 1. Ugh. It's rough. Electro and Craven come into play. And this is 2 and 4. With 8 health and 9 health. Oh, I don't have Have-At-Thee, huh? So I'd have to play 2, clear the areas. Ah, I thwart for 1. Bring this down to 2, right? Then I play Visit Valhalla to attach this to Hobgoblin. Then I play Clear the Area for a Clear the Area to clear that, draw a card, play Turn the Tide, deal the 3 damage. Ready. Remove 4 threat from this, goes to victory. And then Overwatch here. Attach. Attach this here. Deal 2 damage. And flip. Yeah, I guess no build. That's the part that's so funny, which maybe I'm just missing. Okay, there's the Dragon Fang. That's huge. And Valhalla, and Have-At-Thee, and Jessica Jones. So we got options here. So we're adding 1. Craven for 1, plus 0. Beautiful. And a gang up into take 1 for the team. Attach the villain with the highest attack. You cannot attack villains who do not have a copy of this. Alright, so we're attacking Craven, which means now the death close over here. It's okay. Alright, if I heal... Can't kill him. Don't need Jessica Jones that bad, but would be nice. So I flip... Put this down. Just can't do everything. So I can attach. Have-At-Thee. Attack. Pay 3. Kill. Ready. Remove 4 threat. And then I feel like I have to save this. I don't think I can reattach that. So then I deal 2 damage, so when I do that next turn, I could kill there. Okay. The Overwatch should have gone here, so I could remove threat from there. So that's a little learning that I am doing. Alright, here we go. We're getting there. We've got a Sense of Justice and a 4 Justice. We're going to have to skip those to get these 2 down. And just clear the threat that's here. So 3, Electro's going to attack me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would get double encounter cards. But I don't think I can block. If I block, then I can't attack and kill. Whew. Alright, so 1, 2, 3... Discard 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take an encounter card, and then we double these up. Advance. One, 2, 3, 4 goes to 7. Surprise! Gain Surge. Resolve the ambush ability. All right. So we put somebody else into play. Which I guess feels more frustrating at this tempo one. And they become active. And then it surges into... Alright, we'll give it a turn. Into this ridiculous chaos. I don't know, people. I don't know how you're surviving playing Valkyrie. Not my style. Okay, so I can attack Electro. I can for Justice the main scheme to get rid of this. Can I get rid of this? And then I can't. So I attach the Dragon Fang. I can't attack. I play for justice. I get rid of this, which gets rid of this. And I can't attack. So I flip, and I give up these 2 resources that I need to get rid of this thing. Add a threat. Schemes for 1 plus 0 plus 2. Gets me to 7, so that's not so bad. And then we get Partnership of Pain, the villain with the lowest activation order schemes. 2, 3. This pops. So we ambush. And place 3 on this. Scorpion is number 5 and becomes active. Okay. Clear the areas. Visit Valhalla. Get me anything? No. What do I even need to do here? I need to get rid of this threat. I need to kill Electro. If I can ready and attach. So maybe that's my starting spot, huh? So Visit Valhalla attaches this here. And then Chooser of the Slain puts the Dragon Fang here. I kill Electro. Ready. Get this back. Remove 4 threat. Which is probably remove 1 there. Alright, so I attach this to Vulture. I play Clear the Area, get rid of 2, Exhaust. Play Clear the Area, get rid of 2 threat there. So it's gone. Draw a card. Our Justice. And then try to figure out how to survive this. Whew, that Shadow of the Past is just brutal. Seriously, right? Alright, so Vulture's going to attack me for 2, and I block it. So I might die. Plus 0, so I take 1. Nope, sorry. Scorpion's attacking me for 3, so I take 2. This moves on, and I'm stunned. And then Enchantress attacks me for 1. And then Advance for 1, 2, 3. And your guess is as good as mine. Jessica Jones removes 2 threat. Flip down. Keep a have at thee. Draw back. Add 1. Schemes for 1, 2, 3. And I have dead. Yep. Not for me, folks. Valkyrie's just not for me. 2 games, 36 minutes. There's definitely that joy to solo. I don't know. I don't know where the answer is. I mean, I guess canceling Shadow of the Past, so I got to put Spycraft in here. I don't know if I have the idea of a tempo deck down. I'm still struggling with that. Again, the one I see... Can tempo... I have a couple questions. So there's like that turbo draw witch. So I get the idea of low cost curve. I don't like not having things built on the table. So I definitely think like I took this out, but I don't think that's necessarily what tempo's trying to do, because she certainly needs resources. so I'm probably overextending that. But can tempo be played multiplayer? Like, how does it work? Like, so the Turbo Draw Witch, Scarlet Witch, I don't see that being a good multiplayer deck. Maybe two-handed, again, could be fine, but could be a little bit differently. Yeah, no, that was definitely glutton for punishment. So, you know, it is what it is. And again, like we always say, some characters are going to be better multiplayer. And maybe that's what I need to do, right? Take this deck and then put it into multiplayer where somebody can be doing that. Maybe Justice weirdly is not the right idea. Like, I think if I had her in aggression and I just had events to always kill those, but there's nothing you can do when a minion comes out. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do when you can't remove side schemes, you can't remove the minion, and they're affecting each other, and you just have to draw allies. So, yeah, aggression would work too. I just figured, is she only playable in aggression? Like, that's kind of what I was going for. I figured it'll make sense. But here I could see aggression working, so I'd have a lot of damage events, right? I just play those 1 and 2 cost damage events to just keep everything pumping out and go for that. She isn't bad at all in multiplayer. Yeah, no, I mean, we've definitely tried to play her, but we have struggled. I would say between Brian, Steve, and I, she's been the biggest struggle for us. Whereas Hulk, you know, he just gets a slow start. He's like Groot to me. Groot and Hulk are just a slow start, and then once they're built, they're powerhouses. And Valkyrie could be there. I didn't try to build her here, and I've played her a bunch, but I could see having a Quinn carrier out, and having her weapon out, and having Valhalla out. But it was just so hard to get there and keep everything under control. Like, it's a lot to put a lot of those things out. So feels a little different. I did wonder about putting power in all of us and Lockjaw in here just to control threat, but I don't. It was weird. The issue with Shadow of the Past, I got it twice, right? So there's that idea. Joy her in aggression. Does anybody play Valkyrie outside of aggression? Is anybody like, oh man, my Valkyrie protection deck is amazing? Or does anybody play her like in leadership and they're like, this is the deck. Valkyrie is best in leadership, and I swear by it because I'm pretty sure that people play her exclusively in aggression. Descry, that would be fun. We should do it sometime. I am starting school, so saying yes to all sorts of things makes it a little trickier, but message me and we'll figure it out, because I would definitely, you want me to play Valkyrie or you want to play Valkyrie and I play somebody else, whichever way you want to do it. She can also do leadership well. Cool. I remember early on I made a leadership deck with her, and I was trying to do something with Annabelle, like unexhausting her or something, maybe would get ready to use her twice to draw more cards or something and do like massive card draw. Oh, Sky Cycle, that might have been it. Yeah, that was the idea. And we'd get ready to try to draw a whole bunch of cards and use things. You play Valkyrie, awesome. I would love you to play Valkyrie in leadership. Not that I don't doubt she's good in aggression. It's just interesting that everybody plays her. And it's fine. Like, Drax Protection is the spot for Drax, right? So that's how some characters are going to be played. And lots of characters, it doesn't matter, right? A lot of the newer characters we're seeing, it just doesn't matter what you play. Their kits are so good. They're so versatile. So interesting on that front. Hey, does anybody have questions? Because I'm here. So I'm more than willing to answer anything that anybody needs. Although you have to give me 1 second because I'm getting a phone call. All right, sorry everybody. I see there's some things here. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to end the stream pretty quickly, and then I took the phone call, but it was my wife, now it was my daughter calling, and she was telling me that she got her first Pokemon cards. I guess she got a Happy Meal, and there's Pokemon cards in Happy Meals right now. So if you're looking for some collector Pokemon cards, they may be the ones in the Happy Meals. I had no idea she was interested in Pokemon cards, and I work for a store that sells Pokemon cards, so I got a plan. With Christmas and a birthday coming up, seems pretty good. So that was exciting, though, right? That's fun for all of us to hear, like when kids start to get into the games. It's really exciting. My older daughter is 12. She's been on a couple streams, but games are not really her thing, so a little bit different. All right, her strength is in aggression 2, booster attack and synergies with minions. So yeah, in this one, that's tricky though. Does she have piercing? That's always our joke, that her spear doesn't pierce. So the only minions I had in this one, but I guess it doesn't matter because there's all those villains to kill, right? So that's kind of the idea, is what happened. Yeah, no, I agree. It's super cool. I know a lot of kids that like to collect Pokemon cards, but they don't like to play the game, and that's totally fine. But it's funny to me because I don't like to collect anything. I like to play the game. So I don't have sets of everything. I'm probably pretty close on Marvel Champions. I imagine I actually have everything. Certainly buying everything and then the promos. But again, they've all come to stores or I've been to the events where they're at, so it's been easier. This is fun. So now everybody's telling me about their kids. All right, Brombe says, my 8-year-old daughter randomly started caring about Pokemon cards this summer. I think she started trading them at summer camp. There you go. My 10-year-old loves collecting only, plays randomly here and there. Yeah, I've got some. I actually have the My Little Pony CCG that I tried with my older daughter when she was younger, and I just saw the cards here, and all to my left is, well, first off, there's way too many My Hero Academia wrappers that I actually need to turn in, because you can turn those in. I got my World of Warcraft cards and my Star Wars Decipher CCG cards sitting right here. This was my attic. This was all storage. I mean, if you look this way, it's a mess. It's just cardboard boxes, games, old lights, all that kind of stuff up here. Probably a little embarrassing. You actually see back in here. I had a curtain that was up here and it fell down. But my wife is doing a sound studio because she's going to record some audiobooks in here. So she's got a light in there for herself, and then you can see the sound stuff back there. And I've never covered it. I'm not one to worry about all that. I mean, I want to be a little bit professional in some sense, but I really want to be live. And then I've got Rocket here. Who was here? I didn't put Rocket here for streaming. I just aimed the camera this way because Rocket was hanging up here. And this little shelf has been here since we moved in. And some number of years ago, I bought one box. No, I didn't even play a box of Theros. That was a bunch of commons that I brought home in a Theros box from the store. So I only had like a deck, a few things. Derek Jeter's back there. I actually just went to Yankee Stadium yesterday. I was at Yankee Stadium, watched the Yankees play the Blue Jays. Yankees won 4-2, and I bought an Aaron Judge shirt because my previous shirts were Wade Boggs and Scott Brocious, which are basically both in the 90s. Scott Brocious played a little bit into the 2000s. So I decided that I would need a new shirt. So I got an Aaron Judge shirt. Now we'll see if the Yankees sign him. So there's that. All right. Descry, let's figure it out. We'll find a time to play. That would be fun. I would love to do that. Whichever. I mean, if you don't want to play Valkyrie Leadership, you want to play Aggression, let's do it. That would be fun, and figure out somebody for me to play. I'd like to not play Thor to go with her, but I'd be happy to play Thor if that's what makes sense thematically. Maybe another aerial heroine or something, Spectrum or something like that, right? Would be kind of neat, like both of them flying around. So there's that. Any other questions? Anything? I tried to make a Valkyrie deck. I tried the idea of tempo. I still think that tempo thing slips my mind. I think it would make perfect sense. Like, I get the idea in Magic, and I don't play that much Magic, but I played enough of building like a low cost curve deck with card draw that you can play a lot of things and do a lot of things in a turn or whatever. I mean, that all makes sense to me, but it's weird. And I think I'm probably thinking too much about no build instead of some build. So I don't know. Like, for me, it would be how many turns am I trying to win with in a tempo deck? And so I'm thinking 5, 6, 7. Because control to me... Now, control to most people is probably 8, 9, 10. And I think it makes sense. But like I said, I'm happy to win in 15, 16 turns if I can really get everything set up. A ton of confuses. That's why I love the card Think Fast with Guardians. Just like confuse like crazy and flip down. Even double confuse if something's steady and flip. Because it's just such a powerful thing to go to Alter Ego, draw cards, trigger abilities, heal with Crew Quarters twice. Let the scheme add threat, which is easy to get rid of. Just clean it up with your cards. It's easier to remove threat than to heal. So that's kind of that idea. So, all right, awesome. I don't know what you're going to catch on the channel coming up. We'll just have to see how this week goes with me. I go back to school on Thursday. Students not till next week, so I'll try to fit some games in. There's a lot of games come back from Gen Con that I want to get played. I would love to get a game of Skate Summer on the stream because I think that's a very good game. The last game I played 4-player was very one-sided. 2 of us were doing well and 2 of us were doing terrible. That made me a little nervous about the game, but it is have a little push your luck, and I think it was some significant bad luck in that game. I still think it's a good game, but you could run into that, so we'll have to see. What else? I want to get 10 Penny Parks up here and a few others, so we'll have to see how they go as well. And then, of course, X-Men Mutant Genesis is on the horizon, so we'll definitely be playing that. And whatever heroes we can get, and it's going to be a lot to cover, right? It's going to be a lot to play. You got 4 heroes, you got a whole box, you got 5 scenarios, you got a campaign. Quick question, if people are listening, is it the heroes you want to see? Is it the villains you want to see? Is it the campaign you want to see? So specifically, would you like to see heroes early on, no villains? Would you like to see, would you like to not see the villains because you don't want to be spoiled? Would you want to see the villains, but you don't want to see the heroes, which I don't think is true? Do people want to see the campaign, or do they not care about the campaigns? I always wonder. The campaigns aren't my favorite, but I'm always happy to play them off the cuff because they just get you used to all the cards and seeing all the things, you know? Which X-Men hero am I most excited about? I think it's probably Jean Grey. I think Jean Grey is one that I'm really looking forward to digging in and playing and seeing what aspects she can play. I think she's Justice, right? She's Justice, Cyclops' leadership. I think Cyclops is going to be the favorite of those 4. I think Jean Grey will definitely have its people that are excited about it. I think Kitty Pryde will probably end up being the least favorite. And I think Colossus, I think people will like Colossus. I think they're going to probably be thinking they want to play Colossus and Protection a lot. We'll have to see where it all goes, but there's a lot still to be played, right? And seen and built and all that kind of stuff. So, my most excited unannounced hero, sorry, my favorite X-Men, I'm not saying whether they announce it or not, would be Beast. Beast is my favorite X-Men. But that's not what you're asking. Sorry. Beast is my favorite X-Men character. So Beast and Rocket would probably be 2 of my favorites that I like. And then for the ones that have been released, I'm excited about Jean Grey. Sorry, the ones that are going to be released, I'm excited about Jean Grey. So the campaign, for me, the heroes and villains are what I care about. The campaign itself a little less so. Yeah, I feel that way, but I feel like it's fun to watch the campaign or play the campaign because you see all the cards and you see how the things work, and it looks like this campaign's pretty fun. Just kind of building up and using all the resources and things you have. So I think it'll be good. We have not talked about which one we will be playing. So actually, I'm going to throw a curveball in that. Brombe is asking about me and Steve and Brian playing. So actually, I think that my first plays are not going to be with Steve and Brian. It's going to be Larry and I. Larry wants to come and play. Again, he wants to jump back in with X-Men. So I think it's going to be Larry and I playing through the campaign, probably from the portal live. And then either on Steve's channel or here, we'll do the expert campaign with the 3 of us. Not sure if Larry will jump in on that or not. Probably not. His camera set up at his house is a little trickier. So I think that'll be our plan to play that. And so I'm excited to have Larry again and to have somebody physically with me. I think that's kind of the best way the game is played. Although I've been super surprised at 2 years or whatever of streaming with Steve and Brian how well the game goes. I've never met Brian in person. I got to meet Steve at the Con of Heroes, so that was neat. But yeah, so I think we're going to do some 2-player playthrough. So that's probably where I'm going to do the campaign with Larry, is I'll do that, and then we'll decide what Brian and Steve and I want to do. I'm sure we'll do the expert campaign, especially if it, seems relatively doable. Which, again, Sinister Six was super doable, and then the last one was just like, whew. Actually, Mysterio was way tough. I know people say, oh, Mysterio's fine when you play over camera, but shuffling all that in and explaining to people, and where's the card in your deck, that was a lot. So that one was tricky. So we'll have to see what's in there and what we do. But if not, we'll play all these villains and we'll play them, an expert and build all of our decks and everything. It's going to be fun, and it'll be a good way for us to get a lot of different videos up on the channel and everything, which I think will be good. So there's that. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go make and eat some dinner. Thanks for joining me. Again, frustrated with Valkyrie. That was annoying. That was hard to achieve. Still love the game, right? That's the sign of a good, especially cooperative game to me. If we can lose, or I can lose, and we still have a fun time, that's a great game. Go see our speed run we did, 90 minutes till Odin dies. We actually almost did it in 60 minutes, and it was a heartbreaker at the end. So a little spoiler alert there, but it was super fun. Had a lot of fun doing that. Even the PvP one I did on Steve's channel, I think we did one here, or maybe it again was with Steve. The 3-player didn't work as well, but the PvP 2-player. So there's lots of fun ways to try to play the game. And, we're finding different things to do in the meantime while the other ones are coming out. But there is that. My name is the Brandt. Until next time, I hope you step into the portal. Bye, everybody.